Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me for an Aaron Judge showcase video on the channel today. Words that I never thought I would say as a Red Sox collector, but more than a Red Sox fan, I'm just a fan of the game of baseball and its rich history, and it's become really impossible almost to ignore the mark that Aaron Judge has left on the game, especially over the last 4 years, multiple MVPs, and the feat that got me into collecting him, or was my gateway to Aaron Judge, and that was him setting the American League single-season home run record back in 2022, capturing that record and besting Roger Maris 61 years later. That's what got me into him. That's what represents the bulk of my collection. And today, in response to a couple of hobby buddies of mine, Dylan over at Double D Vintage Baseball Cards and Adam at Vintage Sanctuary, wanted to get this Judge showcase video put together. Both Dylan and Adam collect Judge very similarly to the way that I do, and each of them has done a wonderful recent showcase getting into their extensive Aaron Judge collections. So based on their inspiration and quite frankly their direct challenge, got these Judge cards together and thought this would make a fun showcase video. So let's get right into it. As I mentioned, the primary thing that got me into collecting Judge is the American League home run record. I have been a fan, since the days of playing Little League baseball and opening packs of 90 tops, 35 years ago. The home run has just been majestic to me and one of the greatest feats in sports. And the home run records are some of the most hallowed records in sports. Whether it's Hank Aaron with the career record, besting Babe Ruth in the 70s, and then later Barry Bonds, or Roger Maris and Aaron Judge as far as the American League single-season home run record. So for a long time, I've appreciated these two Roger Maris cards. And these are sort of directly linked to the cards that we're going to look at tonight, or at least the bulk of them. We have the 61 tops on the left. This is the season that he was breaking the home run record from Babe Ruth. And then we have the 62 on the right, which came out the year following and has the 62 in the stat line on the back. Love both of these cards for that reason. And really, these are the only two Roger Maris cards that I ever need in my collection. And in the same way that I love those two Maris cards, I love the 2022 and 2023 Aaron Judge cards. So in the same sense that this was being pulled by collectors in the summer of 61 as Roger was, catching up to and eventually surpassing Babe Ruth, collectors were enjoying the 2022 Aaron Judge card that summer as he was catching up to and eventually surpassing Roger Maris. So these cards will always be linked in my mind. I have a few versions of this one that we're going to look at. This is the Topps On Demand 3D. Pretty cool. And then I've got here a red foil parallel. These started a few years back. They're numbered to 199. And this one I liked so much that I picked up a graded version as well because the price was right. I know all you hear about, and I agree with most of it, is problems with PSA these days. But all of that aside, I still enjoy a graded card. It's just, it is what it is. You can make fun of me in the comments. I don't mind. It's all good. And then we'll get back to some more 2022s in a second. But before we do, also this card here, the 62 that we just spoke about, is to me forever linked to this one, the 2023. These are the cards that came out the years after the feats and have them documented on the back. And what's really cool about these, in 62, Topps gave Roger Maris card number 1 on the checklist as a tribute to him setting that record. And what Topps did, or Fanatics in 2023, that I think is even cooler, they gave Aaron Judge card number 62 on the checklist. So I thought that was a really nice touch. And I have a couple of kind of outlier 2023s here, starting with this one, which is the Vintage Stock Parallel. You can see it has that retro foil Topps logo in the upper corner, pardon the glare, and is numbered to 99 and is on that classic old school card stock. And then here's another one that's kind of neat from 2023. And I really should pick up a 2022 of this. It's been on my list for a while, but this is the Topps Chrome Sapphire edition, just the base card. But I think that blue just looks incredible with the Yankees. Yankees cards, when it comes to parallels, blue, black, and red, I feel like are the three that really stand out to me. And I've tried to focus on those to some extent. Speaking of which, there are a few parallels that I've kind of matched up across those 2 years because I enjoy them so much. And the first one is Topps Black. These are highly collected, incredibly tough. They increment by 1 each year as far as the serial numbering goes. So this 2022 is numbered to 71. and pretty tough grades as well. So it's incredible that this one actually got a PSA 9, especially in this day and age. And then I've got to go with it the 2023 Topps Black. This one will be numbered to 72 because it's 1 year later. And as I mentioned, it does increment by 1 each year, but incredibly proud of this pair. These are not easy cards to track down, and there can't be too many collectors out there that have the both of these. And so really honored to have those. And then another favorite of mine is the Topps Chrome Blue Refractor. So here's the 2022, and as I mentioned, blue looks really, really great to me with the Yankees colors. These are numbered to 150, so they're not impossible. Definitely easier than the Topps Black, but they look fantastic. And I love the pose on the 2022 Aaron Judge. You know, it's not always a guarantee that you're going to get a great image, even on an important card. So I love that the image here is just him. He looks like he just mashed one and is admiring his work. And if you look at like his Topps rookie card, for example, which is like this awkward photo of him in the outfield jumping for a fly ball, it makes me appreciate the image that ended up on the 2022 even more. Because even though this is a significant season, if the image had kind of stunk, I don't know that I'd be as into collecting this card as I am. I'd certainly have a few versions of it, but I don't know that I would have gone this far down the rabbit hole. But I really love the image on both the 2022 and the 2023. So here is the accompanying 2023 Topps Chrome Blue Refractor. Love these pairs, numbered to 150. And what makes this one extra cool, the 2023, if you can see here, this is copy 99 of 150. So this is a jersey match serial number. 99, of course, is what you think of when you think of Aaron Judge. So I'm really happy to have this important card in a matching jersey serial number. Just fantastic. And then another one that I love and I managed to collect across both years, a classic when it comes to modern cardboard, is the Topps Chrome Gold Refractor. So I have the 2022 here. And then my 2023 happens to be in a PSA 9. Not a huge deal to me either way if they're graded or not. I just, take what I can get, whatever opportunity presents with these modern cards, especially these, golds that are wildly popular or cards that are numbered to 100 or less. They just dry up. So you kind of have to just take what you can get and be happy with it. So I've got those 2 golds. And then I have kind of one cool outlier from each of the year's sets, 2022 and 2023, that we're going to take a look at here. From 2022, this one is very appropriate for the video because it came from my buddy Adam at Vintage Sanctuary in trade. We did a Judge-related trade where I sent him the 2022 Independence Day Judge, and he sent me this card. This is a buyback of the 2022 Judge that was issued in 2023. So what they did is the MVPs in 2022, you could sell back your cards of them from Topps Chrome at participating hobby shops for credit. Those cards went back to Topps. They stamped them. I don't know if I'll be able to get it to show here. Yeah, there's an MVP stamp right here. And then they reissued them in packs of 2023 Topps Chrome as stamped buybacks. Now, what makes this one cool, and the reason I was attracted to do this trade with Adam, in my estimation, this is one of the coolest buybacks out there because it is number 62 of 100. So it signifies that incredibly important home run total. And it's a card that I'm super pumped to have, both for its significance and the backstory that it came from a hobby friend here on YouTube and a great trade that we executed. Not our first Judge trade even, or not our last Judge trade even. So Adam, thank you again for that one. And then on the 2023 side, the kind of special card that I have is probably my greatest overall card of the man. I still can't believe I got this done, but I was able to acquire the 2023 Topps Chrome Superfractor 1 of 1. I just can't overstate the importance of this card in my mind. This signifies everything about that home run record being card number 62, the 62 on the back. And to get the Superfractor of a card that I think is this historically important is mind-blowing to me. I sold over 70 graded cards to finance this card and one other. So I went through a 70-2 condensation to get this done because I wanted to obtain this card that badly, and I have no regrets about that. This is normally something that's way outside my limited collecting budget, so I had to sell to buy, and for everything to come together the way it did, this became kind of the cornerstone of my Aaron Judge collection. So that is not the end of it, though, when it comes to home run record related Judge cards, because the other rabbit hole that I've gone down, and one that I've really tried to specialize on, is the card that to me is linked to this card here. So this is the 62 Topps AL Home Run Leaders card from 61, which obviously illustrates directly Roger Maris winning that home run chase against Mickey Mantle that season and setting the record. And in the same way, I love this 2023 Topps AL Home Run record card that documents Aaron Judge surpassing Roger Maris. So these two cards are forever linked together in my mind in the same way that the 61 and 62 Maris cards are linked to the 2022 and 2023 Judge cards. So I have gone even deeper down the rabbit hole on this home run leaders card than perhaps I have on either of the others that we've looked at. So I've got like, you know, your standard Topps Golds numbered to 2022. I have probably 3 or 4 copies of that. Those are easy to obtain. I got some random ones here like Father's Day Blue numbered to 50. And this is not an exhaustive list of all of my Judge cards. I'm trying to keep the video a reasonable length. Here's one of those vintage stocks you can see in the upper right, numbered to 99. Dylan and I are clubbies on this one. In fact, I think I sent him the other copy I had. So that's a cool parallel there. I've got some of these foils that we looked at earlier. This is one I'm actually likely to sell. It just doesn't really fit with the rest of the collection. It's an orange foil numbered to 299, but I'm not just trying to aimlessly get every version of these. And it's sort of a team color match. You know, Yordan Alvarez is on the Astros here over on the right, so I think I've held on to it for that reason. But in the future, this is one that might go, whereas everything else in this video is pretty much in the collection to stay. But this one here you can see is numbered to 299. The one that I like even a little bit more than that is the red foil, which we saw on one of the other cards, but here's the red foil version of the home run leaders. These are numbered to 199. And then this is another one, again, you can let me have it, but this is another one where I have a graded copy. So I also have that card in a PSA 9. However, this one I picked up for a reason, because this is another cool uniform number match. So if we take a look at the back here, this is actually copy 99 of 199. So pretty awesome. To me, the two most desirable versions of this card would be the 99 and the 62. So I'm grateful to have one of those two as far as serial numbering goes. Pretty awesome card there. Earlier, we saw the Topps Black base cards, and I mentioned that those were kind of all-time favorite parallels of mine. So of course, I've also tracked down the Topps Black of the home run leaders card to complete the trifecta. Pretty awesome stuff there. And then one that we really haven't looked at much because I have a limited number of them, but this is a good chance to point out this card, the average leaders card in the background here that my buddy Dylan sent me in his own custom slab, which is the Independence Day parallel. And here is the Independence Day of the home run leaders card in an SGC 9. I don't really care about the grade or anything. Again, this is just numbered to 76, so it's really picking these up based on opportunity more than anything. So this is card copy 40 of 76. They started doing in recent years these image variations. They're called golden mirror image variations. And you can see here, this is definitely the same card, but different. So on the right here, this is the base card and the version that we see in all the other parallels. This one on the left is the image variation. So there's two ways to tell. Number one is most obviously, it's a different image completely. But the other way is if you look on the back, they're even labeled with this SSP gold foil. So these gold mirror image variations are really, really tough. I don't know if the print run is known on these, but I would imagine it's under 25 maybe. So sneaky card there, and happy to have that variation. And then I wanted to get some chrome or shine version of that home run leaders card as well, but because it's a leaders card, it wasn't in the basic chrome, Topps Chrome checklist. However, we do have Topps Chrome Sapphire. And this set parallels the entire Topps set, so this card is available in Sapphire. So I have the base Sapphire here with that great matching blue for the Yankees. And then this is one that I've collected most of the parallels on. So we have the gold to 50. Now this is kind of neat because we saw the gold 50s of the 2022 and 2023 cards. But again, because there's no standard Topps Chrome version of the leaders card, this Sapphire card is the only gold 50 parallel of this card that exists. So I think it is a sneaky good card based on that. So that's basically your gold to 50 trifecta right there. And then there's a couple of other parallels here. again, really went down the rabbit hole here with this card. So here's the orange. This is numbered to 25. You can see there. And again, that's kind of a cool match for Yordan Alvarez. So maybe I'll keep that other orange foil just because it matches up nicely with that. Here is the purple, an exceedingly difficult parallel. Visually, it doesn't really color match, so it's not one of my favorites, but these are numbered to just 10. So the fact that I could even find one of these, much less in a PSA 9, my favorite grade, couldn't be happier to have that. And then the most challenging one that I do actually have is the red, the sapphire red, numbered to 5. I was able to pick this up early last year after selling a different card and kind of flipping into this. So this is my favorite version of this one that I have, with one exception. And this is one that you would have seen in Dylan's video as well, which I highly encourage you to watch if you haven't. He is one of the owners of one of the other 8 copies of this, but from 2024 Archive Signature Series. This one is a mind blower. On-card triple auto version of that AL home run leaders. Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, and Yordan Alvarez, all signed right on card, numbered to 9. This is copy 4 of 9, and just a brutally tough card. So like I said, after I bought this, another one had surfaced, which Dylan was able to acquire. And allegedly, there are 7 other copies of this besides the one that Dylan and I have floating around out there, although I have yet to see one with my own 2 eyes to date. So this is getting a little lengthy, but bear with me for a couple more minutes because we are now through the direct home run related Aaron Judge cards. However, as with most collectors, the home run race ended up being somewhat of a gateway to Aaron Judge, and it's not the only way that I collect them. It does represent the majority of my Judge collection, but I have a few other outliers here that are neat, and we're going to finish off with, I think, maybe 4 or 5 cards that I have never shown on the channel before, all brand new to the channel, that are kind of some fire. So let's start with 2024 quickly, though. This was a big year for him. He, of course, won the MVP and nearly bested his own record for home runs, finishing in the high 50s. And it was his 3rd 50 home run season, 50-plus home run season. He led the league in WAR and, again, won that MVP. So here is, as you won't be surprised to see, the Topps Black, continuing my run. So I have now the 2022, the 2023, the 2023 AL home run leaders, and the 2024, all in Topps Black. Really difficult. And then to go with it, they did a fantastic job in 2024 with these Independence Days, numbered to 76. These are the best ones that had come out since the originals back in 2018. And yeah, this pair is a set that I am really proud of. Picked these up during the dog days of summer last year. And just eternally grateful to have those 2 in the collection to represent that big season from him. And then I have a couple of 2022s now as we get into kind of the new fire to end the video. The first one I have shown, although it's been probably years. This is from Stadium Club in 2022. And the year prior, in 2021, if you remember, the Yankees had played in that Field of Dreams game in the Cornfield Stadium. And this is a shot from that, which they used for his 2022 Stadium Club card. And this is a members-only parallel of this card, which is pretty tough. These are like case hits, these members-only. But I just love the photo there, even though I prefer his batting stance, especially on 2022 cards, the year that he broke the record. I just thought this one was quirky. I love Stadium Club, and this seemed like a good opportunity to drag it back out for the video, add something a little bit different. And now, with all of that behind us, and thank you for 19 minutes of your patience, let's get into 5 awesome Aaron Judge cards that I have not shown on the channel before. And we're going to start with another 2022. This is from Topps Heritage. It's the Chrome Red Refractor. Look at that card. They don't do this anymore, sadly, but this is back from the era where they did that incredible like stippling effect in the background on these Heritage refractors. Of course, this one is important to me for the same reason as this one in the background and this one or any of the other 2022s that we looked at. This is the year that he broke the record. And as I mentioned at the outset, and as you've seen with a bunch of the cards in this video, I do gravitate towards the red parallels, especially like I think back to the 80s and 70s, those Yankees logos that had the top hat. There was a lot of red in those. And so I really think of red as kind of a team color match. for the Yankees, and that is a beautiful Topps Heritage card. These are numbered not super low. This is not an impossible tough card at all. This is numbered to 573, but I just love the color, the incredible shine, and the fact that it is a 2022 Aaron Judge. So that's one that I've never shown before, although I've had it for some time now. The next one, though, is a brand new pickup. So check this one out. Just came in maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I have a whole separate video coming up on these, but this is another one of those 3D cards, Topps On Demand 3D, but this is the 2018. So this is the first year that they did these, and apologies for the glare. This is one of those types of cards that looks a little bit better in hand than it comes across on video, although there's not too bad. But great shot of his second year card. And what's cool about this, aside from just the quirkiness that I love these 3D cards, they are very limited. I think the print run on this 2018 3D set was something like 269. So under 270 cards or copies of this card. And another thing that's really cool about this, aside from the 3D effect, this is one of the few cards of his in 2018 that actually has the rookie cup on it. You can see right there in the lower right, that great rookie cup. Topps really messed up this year, and on the chrome versions of his 2018 card, they left off the rookie cup. So if you were to get a 2018 Topps Chrome refractor or serial numbered parallel or something like that, it's going to be missing that rookie cup, but this 3D version has it. And yeah, I think this is not a card that would maybe be one that would come to mind for many or instantly recognizable or anything, but I think a sneaky, awesome Aaron Judge card there, and probably my best 2018 Judge. Again, I tend to stick to the home run records, but I do drift outside that a little bit. The next one that's kind of a banger that I've never shown, this is from the following year, 2019, and it's the classic Topps Chrome Gold Refractor. Check that out. I mean, you can't go wrong with these. I'm not going to say too much about this one. It's just Topps Chrome True Refractor Gold to 50 is one of the most desirable modern parallels. These are popular every year, and I think they will be for the foreseeable future. And just really grateful that I was able to secure a 2019. And again, another one with a killer photo on it. Even though they messed up on his 2017 rookie, as I mentioned earlier in the video, they did pretty well on the 2018 and the 2019 images, if I'm being honest. I really dig both of those. So two cool ones there. All right, we're down to the final two, and this next one is another one that just came in, and it's my very first 2025 Topps card of any significance here. I've been kind of waiting in the weeds, biding my time to try to get the right single at the right price, and I finally had an opportunity, and I snagged this beauty, the 2025 Topps Independence Day, numbered to 76, Aaron Judge. How incredibly cool is that? Would love to get some more of his Independence Days. I used to have the 2022, but it's the card that I traded away to Adam to get that buyback, numbered 62 of 100, but I'm really glad to have the 2025 in hand. And I don't know if I can get it to come across, but they did a killer job on these. I think I might like these as much or maybe even more than the 2024s. Similar, a little bit different layout, but there's a really great foil effect on the 2025s in hand that just, they look gorgeous. So as they always are, numbered to 76, I've got copy 5 of 76 here. And that is definitely the most recent Judge card that I have picked up. And we'll get that one up in the background here as we talk about the final card. And this is a sneaky cool one that I've had waiting in the wings for a long time. I've never shown off. And it's the perfect way to end tonight's video. We talked, of course, about the 2022 and its significance being the year that he broke the record, and it's linked to the 61 Maris card. Well, I have a version of this that is just kind of a mind blower. It's from opening day, 2022 Topps opening day, which they don't make anymore, but it used to be kind of the low-end product for kid collectors, or you could just buy a pack for $1 back in the day. But I have one of the printing plates. So you can see here in the lower right, this is the opening day logo. But it's the same card that you've seen up in the background this whole time and with many other versions. Same image from 2022, same card number 99. And this is the black printing plate, one of one used to manufacture the card. And I haven't shown too many of them on the channel. And of course, I don't own too many of them because they're exceedingly tough. But I'm a huge fan of the printing plate. And for me to be able to have any printing plate from this really significant 2022 Aaron Judge card is just like a dream. And it's one that I've really been waiting for the right chance to show off. And thanks to the recent motivation and inspiration by my good buddies Dylan and Adam, this seemed like the perfect time. So I can't believe I've gone on for 25 minutes about Aaron Judge and showcasing some of his cards, but really love following this guy. I wish him the best. He's certainly off to another great start here in 2025. But even more than that, I love sharing and collecting his cards with all of you in the community, and especially with my buddies Dylan and Adam, who are collecting him so similarly. It's really fun to be able to celebrate our acquisitions and compete with each other in a friendly way. And so really appreciate it, guys. Really appreciate everybody else who gave me so much of your time. If you made it to the end of this countdown video, I'll be back soon, as you know. And in the meantime, just keep enjoying the hobby. Take care, everybody.